Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. We're live. We're live, you guys. It's July 10th, 2022, 11:05 p.m. Eastern, 8:05 Pacific out here in Santa Cruz, California. And Johnny Beane TV, here we go. There we go. Yay! Yes! We're here. Dudes. Hey everybody, welcome. This is called the Sunday Night String Change Show because I work on guitars and I play and stuff. But we're moving into the interview. I'm getting so many interviews and stuff now. We're taking over the different shows. So cool. So it's a very good thing. But everybody, please welcome from Blass. We got Sergio. You guys might remember him. He was in a band before, I think. And Paco. Hey, you guys.
Hey. What's up, Johnny? How you been, Johnny?
What's up? I've been great, man. I've been great. And it's so great to have you guys. So great to have you guys. And really quickly, let me just say, Paco, you contacted me a while back, and you're like, we met before. You're like, you told me about your show. And I was thinking, though, that was like this last year or like a month ago, this last NAMM, because I talked to a lot of, networking. I talked to a lot of people. And then I think I saw in your WhatsApp, in your message, you're like, no, in 2020. And I was watching your guys' videos on your YouTube channel, which down below, make sure you subscribe to their channel. And I just happened to find a video from 2020 where I'm filming these two guys jamming out at the EVH Gear booth. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's him. That's Paco.
Yeah, Paco was cool. Yeah, and I remember we were jamming out. That guy was he was pretty good actually playing, and I was just trying out. It's a EVH booth, so you play some Van Halen stuff, right? That's what you do.
Yeah, yeah, dude, you can play the Van Halen too, man. I mean, I watched your guys' videos. You're awesome, man. I mean, you have it down. You actually sound like Eddie, which is pretty. Not everybody does, but. It's awesome.
Thank you.
It's awesome, man.
It's the guitar and the amp, right? You see the amp. The amp is awesome. The David Bray amps. Oh my God, that's just.
Oh yeah. Amazing. Yes.
Sounds like glorious.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad we finally met. Again, and that you guys are here. Really quickly, let me say thank you to the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Beane TV. Here on YouTube, we have channel members. If you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button right below the 8 thumbs ups currently. And the executive producers, they are Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, False Flag, Thomas Santiago, Lenny Lou, Vinyl Freak 5150, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB&J Cat, Fabulous Disaster, Sherman Callahan, Thomas Santiago again, John Moronic, R. Habs, Michael B., David Allen Wright, Paul Martin Woods, and Warlag. Those are the executive producers here on Johnny Beane TV. And if you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button below. And let's see what I usually say here. We're live on Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have Facebook stars. We're live in the exclusively Van Halen group under 63,000 members. EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page. Let's see, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page. We're live. We're very live. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So, dudes, where do you want to start? Do you want to? Obviously, from what I'm hearing, you have a record coming out pretty soon.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's been Paco. You have been friends for. Wow, it's been more than 10 years, and we've been doing music together, and actually. Talking about Van Halen, that's how we met. We have a friend in common and he said, "You gotta meet this guy. This guy, I got a friend who plays Van Halen just like Eddie." And I was like, his name is Pepe, and I'm like, Pepe, please don't waste my time, man. You know, who can play like Eddie? Nobody. No, you gotta hear this guy. This guy, he does all the jumps, and he's got the guitar. And he sounds like him, and plus he's got the studio. Well, back then was a warehouse, so he's got the warehouse, and all these rockers from Puerto Rico go and they jam there. You gotta go there, and I was kind of like semi-retired from music because I've been working all my life in music. I've been like a kid from music from the Menudo days and all that, and I was kind of like retired. I didn't want to do anything with music. I'm like, dude, don't waste my time because I'm gonna get so mad. I mean, don't insult me. Somebody who's gonna, if I see somebody who's gonna be messing around with Eddie's music, I'm gonna be really pissed, man. But when I see him and I hear him playing this guitar, I would close my eyes and I would say, I can hear Eddie Van Halen. He's like standing next to me. I just, he sounds like him. So all of a sudden, that's his favorite band. That was my favorite band. So we made a great friendship, and it's been 10 years from there. And we've been now writing original songs. And now we came with our latest one called Cibernética. It's a full rock Spanish album coming in July 28th. It's going to come out. And you're going to see it everywhere. Spotify, all the platforms, Apple TV, Amazon Music, So hopefully you guys like it. We got the video. I think you got the video somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. Down in the description is the video. Actually, Nightbot actually has it too. So we can actually, it should be right there, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. 10 years of rock and roll, and we're still going. We're having a great time, and actually we started out doing a Van Halen tribute band because we connected so fast. It was like, oh man, so that's how we started. And actually, I think this is the original shirt that I used from our first jam together as a Van Halen. I still got it. I still can wear it.
That's a nice shirt.
From the original tour. Yeah. Yeah.
Man. Well, I mean, I saw that you guys did an awesome tribute to Edward. You did like almost like a mini concert, like several songs. So what was your Van Halen tribute called?
Tribute to Eddie. It was tribute to Eddie. Yeah, I mean, we love that. We love the band so much that when he passed away, it was devastating for us. And I said, we got to do this because no other Puerto Rican band has done this, and there's so many huge fans in Puerto Rico from Van Halen, and when he came here, the only time he came here, it was crazy. People couldn't believe it. I think Paco met him. Paco, did you meet him, or you met Alex or something? Give us your insight, because he was backstage and everything.
Yeah, when they came here, we didn't meet Eddie. We met Alex and Sammy and Mikey, and Mikey was great. He was like so like he welcomed us, and we spent like at least an hour with Alex and Mikey, just chatting and showing them stuff, and they were so nice to us and so great. And Sammy was great too. But Edward, I guess he was in his own world then. It was during the dark era that nobody ever wants to talk about. So. So we never saw him.
Yeah, man. Well, I got to meet Edward. I met him.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he was super cool. He was just a regular dude, and we were joking around. We were taking selfies and stuff, and because like a lot of people, really quickly. I grew up on Van Halen and wanted to be Eddie, and everything, and but when I met him, it's like he became just a person. became just a regular person to me, and from then on, it was like he's just a regular dude that everybody just really, really digs, you know. And that really, I think it was good. When I met him in 2014, so when I met him, actually I met him at a private party, a mutual friend's party, and I think if I would have met him back in the day, like during 0812 or 5150 or whatever, it would have been just, I wouldn't have been able to, it would have been insanity, you know?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. It's Van Halen. It has been such a big part of a lot of musicians, and especially rock musicians. I mean, like nowadays, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, when I first saw MTV at home, I remember my dad came with this huge box, and I said, "What the hell is that?" He's like, "This is cable." I'm like, "What?" I remember the control was huge with these buttons. They would go clack, 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 and they were changing channel.
Look like that.
Yeah. And he said, "I know that you like, because my dad is an Elvis Presley fan and a Beatles fan. You know, he's from that day." But he saw that I would love all his albums. So he saw that I love music. So he said, "Since I know you like rock, there's a channel called MTV. It's called music television." I'm like, "Music television? Yeah, it's where you can see the music." I'm like, "Well, there's no such a thing as you can see the music." Well, he said, "Wait till you see this channel. You're gonna love this." And when he turns it on, you know, Van Halen comes out, and I'm like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" I want something like that, but obviously I'm a kid, you know. I was like, no, all I wanted was to rock and roll and have a band. But I was like, I mean, I'm only like 9 and 2 years old. Nobody's gonna take me seriously, you know. So nowadays that I have the band with Paco and we're jamming Van Halen, doing our stuff, it's like a dream come true, you know. I look back in the day, and now that we're talking about Eddie, that's why it's, you know, he was so meaningful for a lot of people, you know. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Even not just for the music, but like philosophy of life too. Like we take a lot of his like everything that he said, we take into account in our own life. Like keep playing.
We'd read the interviews, read the interviews over and over and over, and you know, he works on his own guitars. He tears them apart. You know, the way he paints them, all that stuff. Yeah.
There's something he said once that he said that music doesn't have rules. You know, as long as it sounds good, if it works, it works. You know, and sometimes that's something that in life you can take. You know, to say, you know, I know there's rules in life, but you know, if you're doing good, and if as long as it's good, you know, go ahead and do it. Go for it, you know. Yeah. And sometimes we're like that. So we're like composing music, and we got some ideas, and we're like, but does this make sense? You know, tempo wise or rhythm wise? And we're like, well, Eddie said there was no rules, so let's go for it. As long as it sounds good, let's go for it. You know.
If it sounds good, it is good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was his music. It was like a music teacher in college. That's how Van Halen met. That's how they all met at college, Pasadena City College, and they had a music teacher, and that was his philosophy. That's what he would say, and that's the truth.
Yeah. He would take it to heart.
Yeah. So really quickly here, let's look. Look at this. We got T-Man. He says, "Long live rock and roll."
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, Ingrid.
Ingrid, 1975. Welcome. Welcome. We got Zach Thong. We got Thomas Santiago.
Thomas.
We got Michelle. Danny, New Jersey. We got Jeff Davidson.
Yeah.
We got Lindy Lynch. We got Majestic PB&J Cat. We got Trish. 0871. Let's see. We got Mirtha.
Yeah.
Joshua. There's a lot of people here. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up.
Yeah.
And make sure you subscribe to Blass. There they are. There's the link right there.
Yes.
All their music videos are there. You got some Van Halen. You got some awesome Van Halen covers there, tributes. You got some original stuff. And just awesome production, by the way, on the videos. Very, very cool, cool stuff.
Sergio edits the videos himself. Sergio does. I produce the music. I do all the sound. Sergio does all the visual.
Yeah. I think when I was a kid, if I can't make it, if I'm not gonna be a musician or not gonna have a band or anything, I think I'm gonna go into film school. So I was always driven about filmmaking and photography, all this, and never got the chance to really study it. But now there's so much, the technical part. There's what we say, the YouTube University.
Yeah,
everything online now. So I've been learning so much about all these photographers and filmmakers online and getting all the tips. And as long as you have an idea, and you work on it, you can get it. It's just a matter of being creative but basically, if I wouldn't have the music, thanks to Paco, who have learned production and all these engineer, and he's a great musician also. If I don't have that, I got nothing to work with, because my thing is music videos. So I think we make a great team. I like to sing, he likes to play guitar, I like to film, he likes to record and mix and master. So we got everything down. All we need is like the rest of the band, I think we make a great team. He's got all the toys, and I got all my toys, and we play together. We play rock and roll.
Yeah,
good.
Fun.
I agree. I've been watching your videos. I mean, it's just fun. You can just tell just how much fun you guys are having. And, And even just this, I mean, you guys watching this at home, you guys don't even know. We jumped on here. We were talking for 20 minutes or something before we even hit the go live button. Yeah. And it was a party.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just great. I feel like I've known you guys for forever now. Just after I've only been talking to you guys for literally half an hour or whatever. But
we do have a lot in common, right? I mean, we like the same stuff.
Yeah.
So when you if you have a chance and come down to Puerto Rico, just give us a call and we'll give you the tour guide. I'll be the tour guide.
Awesome. We'll do that.
Yeah. And if we go to the Bay Area, then Johnny has to take us to that ice cream place. He got sick eating that ice cream the other day because he had too much caramel.
You were watching that?
I saw you eat the whole thing.
Yeah. Sergio, you're really into editing video and stuff. I think maybe you're into this too, because I was looking at your YouTube channel as well. I really got into like vlogging, like going around and like holding your phone and like talking to your phone and I used to just film the stuff and upload it. Now, it's like the year 2000, I can actually go live from anywhere from my phone now and just and talk to the audience and so like a week ago or something, I went out and I was eating ice cream. Actually, I did that a couple times. Which one did you see? The one that fell on the ground in the parking lot, or the fried chicken? There was a fried chicken ice cream that I tried as well. Yeah, it was cinnamon honey fried chicken ice cream.
Wow, that's weird.
And it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible,
like chicken. But tasted like chicken.
Everything.
Yeah. But anyway,
sweet
so I've been
sweet chicken.
Yeah. So anyway, so I've been doing some vlogging stuff and I think you guys would have a blast you know, if you're not doing that type of stuff already. Because plus, you know, the audience, they love it. In between music videos, in between interviews, you know, go live and talk to your fans. You know,
Yes.
That's awesome.
they love it. I mean,
Yes,
the age.
we should start doing that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, everything we do is like pre-production. You know, you're taking care of everything. But sometimes, you know, when you do it like that, very improv, and it makes it more human. People, I think people like it more even. Yeah, I think it's the more the simpler it is, I think the better they like it. Yeah, it's getting like that now, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy the world we live in now, because, you know, like you were saying, back in the day, you hook up, you know, the TV and there's MTV. It's like, wow, what's this? Now we're basically making our own MTV, if you think about it.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now I tell my little nieces, I'm like, oh man, MTV back in the day, and they were like, yeah, MTV, let's take it, and they're like, no, don't look at it now. It's nothing like it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
MTV is
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I mean,
I
there's
remember staying up to watch the Headbangers Ball, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that program. That was a good program.
Yeah.
Man, MTV was pretty cool for a while.
Yeah, for a long time.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But let's see. So do you guys individually, you want to talk about like how you started out? You know, like got into music?
Well, I started at a very young age. And back in the day, like I said, you know, when I saw MTV, I wanted to be in music. But, you know, I was so young. It was like 9, 10 years old. And obviously, it was impossible for me to do something like that. And a couple years after that, my mom tells me, oh, you got to see this group. It's a boy band group. And I'm like, a boy band? I'm like, oh, you know, that's got to be like really childish, you know, because I am a child, but I'm into, you know, heavy metal, you know. And then it's just like, no, but it's nothing like, you know, it's nothing like what you're thinking about, because you're probably thinking about the Jackson 5 or, you know, the Temptations and stuff like that. And that's not. It's really cool. It's 5 guys, and their album is called Rock Chiquillo. Rock Chiquillo would be like rock for kids. I was like, well, let's take a look at it. They have their own TV show, and they're getting really famous. And I'm like, really? Let's take a look at them. When I see they had a TV show every Sunday afternoon, actually. Menudo will come out with their TV show. And when I saw them, they were playing rock music. You know, obviously it's not metal, right? But it was rock, and it had that rock feeling. And they had their long hair, and I would see all these girls going crazy for this band. I'm like, wow, this is cool, you know. And they were like a couple years older than me. They're like 13 or 14 years old. You know, I can probably do this, you know. And she's like, now you like it, right? Now you want to go ahead and be Menudo. And yeah, let's try to be a Menudo. So I got into the Menudo thing after, you know, a couple auditions, and yeah, man, from there it just took a life of its own. Menudo was huge by that time, and we're talking about 1986. So our first tour was a world tour. I remember I left Puerto Rico when I was like, I think it was like in January of 1986, and I came back like in December. So I was touring the whole year, and these guys were like really famous all over the place, Latin America, the U.S. Yeah, we went even to Japan a couple of times, and we started recording albums in different languages. It was like crazy. So that's how I started, you know. And after that, I just kept on going, because I said, you know, this is gonna be the platform for me to continue and do my band and do my music. So I did a couple of solo albums in Mexico. We did in rock and Spanish, you know. I got signed with Polygram. Polygram was like really big on back in the day with Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, and not Motley. I think it was Metallica. They had Soundgarden, and they were looking for Latin artists to get signed for the Latin market. So I did all that thing as a solo, and we're talking about when I was 13 up until I got to like the 30 years old. And after that, it's like, wow, let's take a break. I can't take this life anymore. So it was crazy. And then I met Paco. And then I'm like, wow, let's do now our own thing, And we started doing the Van Halen tribute and originals. And, it's been a wild ride. And I've been very blessed, very blessed. Yeah.
Man, really quickly. Yeah, you got to watch Sergio doing his thing back in the day. I mean, I've always known about, Menudo but I never really, really dug in and really knew, a lot of that. But I did some research, dude, talk about just fame and pop. Well, I don't know if pop, but pop stardom. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible what you went through, dude. People can only can't even dream of. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was something. I mean, when I came in, Menudo was already famous. Menudo was already signed with RCA with multiple albums, and I remember our first tour was like 50 dates, and that was back in 1987. The album. The major albums were Slippery When Wet, Girls, Girls, and the Sons of Rock from Menudo. So, and I remember I would play in an arena, and the next day Bon Jovi would play, and then the next day Motley Crue would play. And then, we were like switching and swapping arenas. Obviously, I would say the older sisters would go and see the Bon Jovi guys, and then the younger sisters would go the next day and see Menudo, because we were like teenagers versus then they were already young adults. But I remember when we got to New York, since we were like swapping arenas, our promoter said, you know what, you guys should stay the night, because tomorrow Bon Jovi is going to play, and you guys are playing tonight, but tomorrow Bon Jovi is going to play. So I can get you some tickets and some backstage passes so you can meet the guy and the band and everything and go to the show. And I was like, oh, and that's our idol, because we were kids, so we were idolized all these guys. And yeah, so we went to the Bon Jovi Silver and Wet tour and to his show at the Madison. And we go backstage, and we're about to meet him, and we're seeing all these groupies backstage. I remember I would tell Ricky, I'm like, no, these are real fans, you know what I'm saying? Because these are women, these are like, these are women, grown women. This is not teenage girls, This is crazy. and all of a sudden, like kind of like a movie, kind of like the Wayne's World movie, like all of a sudden everything went slow motion, and John comes out of the crowd of all these beautiful women, and he's walking towards us, kind of like in a Fabio kind of look, like with the slow motion, and he comes up to us, he's like, oh, Menudo, you guys kick ass, man, and we were like, wow. I mean, John is telling us that we kick ass, and we were like starstruck, when we see this guy, and nobody could say anything. And I was like, oh, it was a great show, man. We're such a big fan. And I remember Tico, he's Cuban, and he came up to us. He was like, oh, lo menudo. I wanted to be a menudo, and look at you guys here. Like Tico said they wanted to be a menudo. That's crazy,
He probably did.
Oh man, I said no, man. You're better way, being Bon Jovi. So don't worry, you're doing great. Like, oh, yo quería ser menudo. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Wow. So, well, see, that's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, I'm glad I met Edward Van Halen later on when I did. If I would have met him back in the day, like, 5150 time or whatever, I would have been like so just scared. You know,
Yeah.
scared to meet him, scared to talk to him. Slow motion, exactly what you were saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
So many experiences, man. The other guy that really surprised me also like that was Michael Bolton. He came
Oh,
to Puerto Rico, and he was when Michael Bolton, had the long hair and all that stuff, and
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like really, really famous, and he came here to Puerto Rico, and we got backstage, and I'm excited to see Michael. I'm gonna meet one of the best rock and roll singers ever. This guy sings incredible. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna meet him, and all of a sudden when he sees me, he's like, "Oh, Sergio from Menudo?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He said, We gotta call my daughter. I gotta call my daughter. You gotta speak to her." And all of a sudden I'm like, wait. But I'm supposed to be the one who's excited to meet you. And all of a sudden I see the dad in him. I see this dad who's really excited and wants to. He couldn't. He was fighting for somebody to get him a telephone to call his daughter. He got to call his daughter. I speaking to his daughter. His daughter's like,
Wow.
and I'm like, oh my god! But wait a second, I'm the one who wanted the autograph. What's going on there? It's crazy. Yeah, Menudo was huge back in the day. Definitely, yeah.
Didn't you share a limo with Jimmy Page once?
Oh yeah. But Jimmy Page. Oh, no, man. This I gotta do this story. There was a Telemundo party or something like that. The channel Telemundo. So they called me in and they said, "Listen, the limo's gonna pick you up at certain times, so you gotta be ready. They're gonna pick up a couple of other artists, and you're gonna head to Telemundo to the party." And I'm like, "All right, yeah." So this limo comes, picks me up, and after that we go pick up another singer called Martika. I don't know if you remember Martika. She had a huge hit
Yes.
back in the
Yeah.
day.
I remember.
Toy Soldier.
Yes.
Do you remember
Yes. Toy Soldiers. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. That's right.
she was huge back in the day. So we pick her up, and she goes crazy in the limo. She starts smoking everything, and there's smoke everywhere. And we started drinking because the limo had whiskey and everything, and we're getting wasted in the limo, and all of a sudden Jimmy Page comes in the limo, literally between all the smoke, and I'm tripping. I'm like, is this for real?
He's like right at home. He's like,
I'm like, it's like if God would come up and just sit to my side, and I'm like, oh my God, this is Jimmy. And it was the time when he did this album with David Coverdale. He did this album back in the day, and
yeah.
I love that album. And I told him, I said, I know you get this a lot, man, and I'm such a big fan, and I'm sorry to tell you all this, and you might want to have a good time, you don't want to hear this, but I gotta get it out of my system, and you're the greatest of all. You just tell me something. What how's it working with David Coverdale? Because I'm a big fan of his too. And he said, well, David, he thinks he's Jimmy Page. So we gotta give him a chance. And I'm like, oh my God. But that was incredible. Meeting Jimmy Page. Oh my God, that was fascinating. Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think he knew who I was. He was like, "This is some little fan here." He was hanging around. Yeah.
Dude, you must have met just a lot, just probably everybody. Like, I mean, you would have had access to almost like. I mean,
a lot of people. A lot.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
not
crazy.
Obviously, but a lot of people. Yeah, but I mean, that experience with Jimmy Page was wow. I was like, whoa, not worthy.
Yeah, the thing with Serge is he's had access to all that. He lived the life. He lived the rock and roll life, right? But he's just a regular guy, he's a fanboy and he geeks out and stuff.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. I can just envision the smoke, the limo, Jimmy Page getting in, all that stuff. That's great.
Actually, in talking about Paco and I, we met back in the day when I was a Menudo, and he almost got the gig as a guitar player. We just something happened that he didn't get the gig, but we met back in the day, and right, Paco, tell him the story.
Yeah, well, my sister was a fan of Serge, and he was in Menudo, and my neighbor was the keyboard player in Menudo, Fernand. And,
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I used to see my sister watching his shows, and I was like, wow, this guy's show is like, it's so totally different than the rest of the Menudos. He's like David Lee Roth on stage, right? And I was like, oh, I gotta get this guy in my band when he gets out of that. And yeah, so Fernand, dude, you gotta introduce me to this guy. And he did once in backstage, and I met Serge and Ruben, I think, at the same. I met Serge and Ruben, and he was just a pleasure to chat with there. It was funny, like it was just blew my mind how down to earth he was, how funny. And we talked about Van Halen, and I told him, hey, when you get out, I'd like to do a band with you if you can, whatever. And obviously, you can imagine Serge back then, how many crazy offers he got back then. So he probably doesn't remember this, right?
I can't even imagine a day in the life of Sergio Blass back then, because, like I said, I looked you up and I saw the shows that you were playing just as a solo artist, and I mean Menudo, it's just insanity.
Yeah, it was
total, just insane. Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sold out stadiums and stuff.
Yeah.
Sold out huge stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, my first tour, I mean, I knew Menudo was really famous, but when you get into it really and you face the crowd, it's like, I remember we had to get in helicopters to get to the stadium because there was no way we could get through the traffic and the crowds, and then to leave the stadiums, it was really dangerous because we always have these problems with the promoters because the promoters wouldn't hire enough security. I mean, I remember, for example, in Brazil, we did a couple tours over there, and we did the Maracanã with 50,000 and Morumbi with 90,000, but they would hire, like, say, 1,000 or 2,000 security guys. You can't control all these women. It's crazy. So, sometimes you felt like you were gonna die. But if I was gonna die that day, I would say, you know what, I'm gonna go happy if I go, because they're gonna eat me alive. But at the same time, at the same time, you're feeling, worried about the audience because of the security, all these
safety.
It's crazy. The safety.
Yeah, the safety.
Serge wants a photo of him like hanging from a helicopter trying to get away from the camp. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to use that in one of your videos.
If you didn't get there, you couldn't leave. You had to jump literally to the helicopter. I was hanging once. Yeah, remember I was hanging once. It was crazy. Yeah, and all the security guys were like, "Yeah, don't worry, we'll catch you. Yeah, you're gonna catch me. I'm gonna die here, man. Alive."
Oh my gosh! Can you even remember like any just your craziest experience with like a fan like back then? Can you remember?
Yeah, I mean, fans were always, there was a lot of fans who always get to the hotels and stuff like that, and security was like really, really, really strong at the hotels. But since I was a kid, I'm a teenager, so I would tell the securities, just let them come in, let them, if they're beautiful, let them come in, let's have fun, And they were like, no, but your boss is paying us this and that. And like, I'll pay you double. Don't worry, man. So we will always have a way with security. And obviously, and sometimes I would go out. I would just I would make friends with some fans, and I would tell them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come out downstairs in the back of the hotel through the kitchen, and just wait for me there, and we could go out and have a good time. So yeah, sometimes I would sneak out hotels and go out because. Come on, I mean, you're going to Acapulco, you're going to Cancun, you're going to all this place. Well, back then Cancun was just the jungle, but I remember getting to Acapulco. That was back then the place in Mexico, and I'm like 16 years old. I'm like, it's a Friday night, we already did the show. I'm not going to sleep, I gotta go out. I want to meet people. I want to go out and see Acapulco. I don't want to be, in a room in a hotel. I want to go out. So. I would sneak out and everything. You have to live a little, and that's it. Just don't take life so seriously and go out and have a good time, maximize it. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely, man.
It's intense.
Yeah,
crazy.
You know what? I think actually. Talking about celebrities, we have a friend in common. I heard that
Paco.
You're a friend with Desmond Child.
Oh, where did you hear that?
I heard that you and Desmond are friends. I met Desmond a couple of years, but that was after Menudo when he was doing the Living La Vida Loca album with Ricky. And
yeah.
I met him in Acapulco, and Ricky told me, he's like, and Ricky tells me, you're not gonna believe who's here tonight, and I want you to introduce you to this incredible producer and songwriter Desmond Child. And I'm like, what? The Desmond Child? He's like, yeah. Like the guy from Kiss and Bon Jovi. And yeah. I want you to meet him because he's got to produce a new album. And he was such a nice guy, and I'm like, wow. So, yeah, I heard you're friends with him. So, yeah.
We were roommates. I lived in his house.
Wow.
And it was a pretty nice house. Actually, he had two houses, and this is the truth. This is the truth. He had a main house, and then he was building a studio in another house, just like a block. I was living in the house that was having the studio built.
Wow.
So I would wake up to construction, to studio stuff going on.
Right.
But at the main house, I would actually buzz in Ricky Martin into the actual part of the house because he'd be coming over, and that's when they were writing "Living La Vida Loca."
Wow.
They had already done, the Cup of Life, which was massive.
Yes.
I think it was used for like the Olympics and I think Pepsi. Like Pepsi, Cola, and stuff.
That was big. That was huge. That made it, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I remember calling home, because this is in Miami Beach. This is in Miami. And I remember calling back here to California, telling, my parents and my sisters, like here, I'm hanging out with this guy named Ricky Martin. He was in Menudo. And they're like, uh-huh. But I'm like, something big is about to happen. They're working with Desmond. Something is going to happen. And then when I came back here, that's when I think it was the Oscars where he performed and Living La Vida Loca. Or the Grammy, I'm sorry, the Grammys. And it was huge. And then after that, my sister became madly in love with him. She had she had a Ricky Martin calendar in her room. And she'd be like telling me, she's like, Johnny, I can't believe you knew him, or I can't believe you talked to him.
You were hanging out at the production.
Hanging out with the guy, yeah. I'm like, he's just a regular dude, just
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Desmond was awesome. Desmond was great. Oh, this is something you haven't heard. I met Mrs. Bon Jovi. I met John's mom.
Oh, really?
Desmond introduced me to his mom. Yeah, and to John's mom.
Cool. That's cool.
She was cool.
Is she Italian or something like that? Because I think they're like kind of like a Italian. Like I think that's where the name comes from, right? Like Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Sounds like spaghetti, They're from Jersey, you know.
It might have, but it was a pretty weird experience because she walks into the room and you know we met her, shaking her hand and everything, and then she starts telling stories about her son, about John, and because my name's John or Johnny, she starts talking to me like I'm him. So she's like and she's like yelling at me. Like John, blah 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 blah, like acting like she's yelling at him, but she's yelling at me, and I'm like, what? I mean, it was like it was a really weird thing. And then what happened was, I felt really bad. She turns around to walk away, and she trips and she falls.
Oh my God!
She falls on the ground, and it was just the weirdest experience ever. You know, she was okay though. She was okay. And actually, I think I also met John's brother.
Okay.
He has a brother as well.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Back in where was that, in Miami or was that in California?
Miami. This was all in Miami. Yeah.
Cool. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. Talking about celebrities, definitely. Yeah.
Man. But let's see. Huh? Do we have questions? We have an audience. We have people watching us. If you have any questions, Michelle. Yes. Yeah, we did. We couldn't believe it. She turned around and she tripped and she just fell flat, you know, on the ground. And yeah, we helped her up, and it was really, really weird. Did Bon? No, I met her.
Oh, no.
Come on. It's not that kind of show. Let's see. More celeb stories, please.
More celeb stories? Wow.
You guys are the guests. Paco, do you have any celeb stories?
Celebrity stories? No. Well, my only celebrity that I know is Serge.
Yeah, he knows all my stories. Yeah. We should do an audiobook. That's what we should do with all this stories. But the problem is I'll probably get sued with all these names I'm gonna drop.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna need a good lawyer for this, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we also met once George Michael. We were at a club. Actually, that night we were at some kind of award, like a Spanish award. I mean, actually, it was in Miami. And the Ex-Menudos, I was in Menudo, and the Ex-Menudos had a group of Ex-Menudos. That group was called Proyecto M, Project M, as in musical project, but you know it happened to be an M as in Menudo. But you know, we were still getting contact with them, and they would call me at the hotel, and they would tell me, "Listen, let's hang out tonight. Let's go to South Beach and to a club, whatever." And I said, "Yeah, just pick me up, you know, and let's hang out. I'll sneak out like always and hang out." So I sneaked out. We went to this club, and I was amazed with the South Beach clubs. I think it was the first time I would go out to a huge club like that, and so they brought us to this VIP room, and there were so many like beautiful women, and they were like all models and stuff, and we were sitting down at this table, and all of a sudden this guy comes with this huge tall woman. She was so beautiful, and I was amazed with her beauty, and they were sitting in front of us, and Ricky Martin was with us, and Ricky would tell me, "Oh, look who it is! Look at it! It's George Michael." And I'm like, "George Michael?" And when I look, I see the perfect beard. You know, he had a perfect beard, and he had like a earring. It was a cross, and he had his cowboy hat. It was like he was like, it was like video.
Out of the video.
Yeah. He came out of the video, and he sat there like, and he had his glasses on and everything, just like the video. And then I'm like, wow, that's really George Michael. He didn't say anything. He was so quiet, and you know, I was so loud, and I thought it was like Sebastian Bach, Bon Jovi, or David Lee Roth. You know, I would take over the place. but he was so quiet. I think he got annoyed of me and he just left. I'm like, don't take her, just leave her, you know. He was hanging out with this beauty. She was so incredibly beautiful, that woman. But yeah, it was so serious. I was like, well, why so serious? We're having a good time. Or I don't know. I think he felt annoyed. I don't know. I think we're too loud for him. I don't know. Probably.
And this is Miami. Miami
This is
Beach?
Miami. Yeah, Miami Beach.
Miami Beach. Dude, when I lived there, Desmond, we would go out and we would just walk around, and like I was telling you, when I knew Desmond, this was back really before the internet, so nobody knew what the guy looked like. Maybe in Miami people knew who he was, but outside of that, they really didn't know. And we would walk around, and basically, this is the truth, you guys. Pretty much, well, at least back in the day, maybe still now, I don't know. But yeah, that's right, Sharon. Yeah, Miami. Everybody, you go out on a Friday, Saturday night, everybody out is a model. Everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
everybody.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I used to live in Miami after the hurricane. I remember there was a huge hurricane in Miami. That was back in the 90s. I'm talking about the 90s when Armani got to Miami, and it was a model. Everybody was it was incredible. Like
everybody.
Everybody's into model.
Everybody.
Incredible. It's
everybody.
Nothing like nowadays. I think because of Armani got there, it was like a bit of a mecca of model of fashion. It was. Yeah, I remember. That was the grunge days, the 90s. Yeah.
I was there in 98.
Okay.
So 98.
Yeah, I was in. I think I was before I went to Mexico. Before I went to Solo, 90, 93, early 90s, 93, 94, something like that. Yeah. After the hurricane, it was incredible. It was really, really nice. It was doing commercials all over the place, filming. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it's still beautiful. It's just that the crowd. It's a different crowd now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to. I haven't been back there since, but it would definitely be interesting to go back. I'm not used to the. It's very humid, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, compared to I'm in Santa Cruz out here, where it's like 60 degrees. It's freezing to me. Yes. I remember you would when I got to Miami, you would literally sweat in the shower.
Yeah. Yes. It gets really humid. It does. Puerto Rico's humid, but Miami's like really humid, and we're used to hot weather. But yeah, it is crazy. It gets really, really humid. But it's nice though. I mean, I will never forget the Lollapalooza in Miami. Back in the day, I was going to work because I used to work as a bartender before I got signed as a solo. So I was going to work and I see these rockers and these two kids rockers, the long hair, grunge type guys. And they're talking about the concert, oh, this concert's gonna be huge, and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and all these guys, and like, what concert are you talking about? And they're like, dude, it's Lollapalooza. And I'm like, what, really? You're coming, right? And I'm like, no, I gotta go to work. I'm like, what? Fuck work, man. Call in sick, man. You gotta call in sick. And I'm like, what, really? But I gotta go. No, yeah, I should call in sick. Yes, come with us. And I remember I went with these guys. We get to the concert, and it's, you can hear them blasting the, Soundgarden was playing. I remember when they were starting. Oh, and I remember there were payphones still. And I would call in the payphone to my boss, and I would tell him, I'm feeling kind of sick today. I'm gonna stay in. And, yeah, you can hear the rock and roll concert in the back, and he's like, yeah, I hope you do good today. I'll wait for you tomorrow. It's okay, Sergio. Have a good time. And I'm like, all right. I lost these guys. The guys were, we lost them. But that was a huge experience in Miami. seeing all these people rocking out. There was this huge crowd. The mosh pit was immense. So I'm talking. I think the mosh pit was like 1,000 people in the mosh pit. And I remember I wanted to get to the edge of the stage, and I couldn't because the mosh was so intense. It was so wild. It was so I would see people bleeding coming out of there. I was like, oh my god, there's no way I'm gonna go through. But I had such a great time. I mean, that back in the day, rock was. I know nowadays they have this stadium tour where you see Poison and there's Motley Crue and Def Leppard going on now, which is really nice and really cool. You remember, it brings you back the memories, But when you're a kid and you're having all these experiences and you're really living this kind of, because back in the day, rock was it was it, It's like nowadays it's so different, But we keep people like us keep rock alive, so. We gotta go with our rock and roll roots,
Especially with your new album coming out.
Definitely, yeah.
New album, pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, Paco, talk to them about the album.
Yeah,
this is the producer right here.
Yeah, the album's coming out July 28th. It's in Spanish. We usually do both English and Spanish. We kind of decided on Spanish for this one, and we might do some of them in English a little later on though, but some of the more rock and roll ones. But yeah, the recording of this album was actually really nice. Like this has the sound that Serge and me like envisioned from the start. Right, we wanted those drums to sound very, very Led Zeppelin-ish, and the guitars, the way we love them, right?
Is that where you did it? Right where you are, the studio? Is that where you did your record?
My mixing room. Let me show the studio around a little bit. Yay!
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
set up there.
That's my SSL summing console. Here's my bunch of preamps.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, some leaves and some APIs, and then on the other side, I got a lot of gear.
A lot of other stuff.
Yeah, guitars back then. But the live room is on another room, which is where the drums are and all the amps are and everything. That's on the live room over there. I can't carry the camera over.
Yeah, but that's where you did the album?
Yeah,
they're at your studio?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what I do for a living. I produce albums for different artists and stuff.
So you're always there.
Say again?
You're always there.
Well, yeah. I usually am. Yeah, this week I stayed here because my kid has COVID, so I stayed in the couch.
Oh, man.
He's fine. He's asymptomatic.
That's good.
Anyway, yeah, I record various artists. I don't know if you remember that band Booyah from the 90s.
Booyah.
Booyah. They do like a Latin metal thing.
Yeah, it's a Latin. It's a classic.
Awesome.
It's a classic rock band from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And they do the rock thing with the Latin fusion and. Yeah. But it's like really hard rock, It's like
it's Latin metal. Yeah, they're kind of started the Latin metal thing.
That's
Booyah.
perfect.
Booyah. P as in Paco.
Booyah.
Yeah, P-U-Y-A. Well, I work with them. I work with them a lot, and Ramon, their guitarist, was amazing. Ramon Ortiz, he's great, and so those are the. I work with them, and I work with a whole bunch of artists. I do a lot of thrash metal and stuff. I mix, master, and record. So if any,
Yeah,
anybody out there needs
most
some
of all the
mixing,
rock bands now are recording at Paco's place, Mystic Red Studios. That's the
yeah,
name of the studio, and he's getting a name in the rock scene in Puerto Rico. You know,
yeah,
all no reggaeton allowed at that studio. I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly. No, rock and roll.
No reggaeton allowed.
NRA.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember
Dude.
when I met Paco, his studio was a warehouse at the beginning because he used to work selling what was it? Oil, right? Like motor oil, was it? Because he
Yeah.
was like into racing, yeah. Because actually he's a racer. He's an ex-racer. That's how you say it, ex-racer.
Ex-race car driver. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember his warehouse was full of oil tanks all over the place. I'm like, wow, why so many oil? Is it because I sell oil, you know, for motorcycles and race cars and everything. And so in the middle of the warehouse, we would jam, you know, and all these rockers would come out and jam it out. And when we started the band, he said, you know, I'm gonna do a studio here. Let's do a studio so we can record and stuff. And I remember back in the day, the studio was called Rock Roach because there were so many roaches all over the place.
There was a warehouse.
There was a
Oh.
roach. I remember the logo was a roach.
Oh my gosh.
The roach was killed. He was backflipped because he
Dead.
had an overdose of rock and roll, you know. But then after that, he said, you know, I think I'm gonna have to change the name because I want to sound like more professional. I said, yeah, I think that's a good idea, man. Let's change the Rock Roach thing, and but all of a sudden, you know, he does this huge studio, and now it's like everything's so professional. You know, I've seen the evolution of him as a songwriter, as a producer, and I'm really proud of the guy. You know, yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm looking at your Instagram right now, and yeah, there's a lot of awesome posts, a lot of awesome photos of your studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's like a really big producer in Puerto Rico, but he's like really into rock. So yeah,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
rock musicians who wants to come to the island and do rock, just call Paco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixing, mastering, recording, anything.
Yeah,
Nice.
he'll do the Van Halen, the Led Zeppelin. He's got it all down. He's got the sound down. Yeah.
Dude, I haven't heard his Led Zeppelin, but I'm telling you, I've heard a lot of Van Halen, and Paco, you really do have the Van Halen down. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
I hear it. I totally hear it. It
Thank you.
sounds awesome, man.
There's a band that he produced that did really good in Puerto Rico called Calamity, right? Calamity.
Yeah,
He
Calamity.
did he did his
Thrash
two.
metal, yeah.
It's kind of like a mix. I love that band. You should check it out. It's kind of like a mix between Metallica and what's that other band? The one from Diamond, the Diamondback band. That's that band.
Oh, yeah. Dimebag's band.
Pantera?
Yeah,
Pantera. Yeah, it's kind of like a mix
Yeah.
of Pantera and Metallica. It's called Calamity.
Yeah. Bernie's a big Dimebag fan.
Oh, dudes, I met Dimebag.
Oh,
I don't know.
dude.
Yeah, because I had a friend back in the mid '90s. He was a huge fan, and turned out Dimebag was doing just a guitar signing, or just a signing at a guitar shop. This was in 1995, so I tagged along, and so I got photos with him. I have his autograph and everything, and pretty cool.
He's another legend that we lost.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
one we lost. Yeah.
That was really impressive the way we lost him. Wow, that's a way to go. Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this band check it out. It's called Calamity, and you can hear that Pantera fusion and Metallica fusion. and they have a couple of videos, really cool videos. There's
Yeah,
another
great
band
kid.
called that you produce. What did you produce? Fulminator, Paco?
No, Fulminator, no. They
But
produce
they
their
used
own
to
stuff.
rehearse there.
They rehearse here, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot of bands rehearse there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But Fulminator, I kind of like Fulminator too. But Calamity, I like it more. It
Yeah,
sounds more.
Calamity's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, Robot. That's it. They're really nice. They're really and great kids too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Steve Anderson, good to see you, man. Yeah, everybody smash that thumbs up.
Yay.
Smash it. And so I don't know. I mean, we're at the hour mark. I know we had said we would do about an hour ish.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
plus every show that I do, I'm the only one in California. Everybody I always have on, they're on the East Coast. And I feel bad the later it gets, because it's like, you know, eventually it's like, Johnny, it's 4 a.m. Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's only
after
8.
This, I'm gonna start doing some shots, and I'm gonna have to not go to work tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. So if we're not gonna party,
Oh man. Well, dudes, I mean, this has been great. This is great.
Yeah.
You guys definitely come back. Come back anytime. Come back.
Sure.
yeah.
And,
Thank you, Johnny.
and
No,
you got it.
Thank you, Johnny, for the invitation, man. And this is a great platform, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to get in contact with the fans and your fans, and I see a couple of our fans there also. So, you know, and yeah, they give us the chance to say hi to everybody. Talking about some couple of things on September the 3rd. September 3, we're gonna have a live stream show. We're gonna be singing our new album. You know, we're gonna be playing all that songs from the new
Awesome.
album, and we're gonna play some other, classics from the Menudo time, but with our rock and roll style. You know, and also some solo stuff. But mainly, it's a CD release party. It's gonna be on September the 3rd. So if you guys want to join us on live streaming, it's going to be live stream. You're going to have the link. If you go to our platforms, you're going to see the link there. So if you want to join us, it's going to be a rock and roll party, and I hope you guys have a good time, and hope to see you there. The album's coming out also on the 28th. So yeah, man. Thank you for giving us a chance. And let's do this again, definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
With some ice cream, with some chicken ice cream.
Next time
We'll
give-
do it.
Why don't we give out a CD when they come out on the 28th? We can send it to the whoever wins it. You want to do
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
Johnny? You want to do that?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do giveaways. We'll do
All right, let's do a
definitely.
giveaway.
Definitely. We'll have chicken ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's really not bad.
Here
Really
in Puerto
not
Rico,
bad.
they have the avocado ice cream. I think it's
Yeah.
avocado. I've never tasted it, but you can have the chicken ice cream in California. We'll do the avocado in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you, Paco, Sergio.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. And really quickly, just thank you so much to all our channel members here on Johnny Beane TV. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your continued support for these shows and this channel. And this is only the beginning. I mean, I've got so much stuff planned for you guys. Plus, Sergio and Paco, they'll be coming back. So, oh, that's the wrong button. Hang on. Wrong one. There we go. Awesome. Thank you. And we will see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Johnny Beane TV. Where's the thing?